You got yours truly, the man right here itself. We got Big Worm, and we got Mr. Somewhat Funny Man, Derek Derek King is sitting in for Big Pressure.
AKA also known as this new one.
Blood pressure.
Blood pressure.
I'm blood pressure, man. You know what I'm talking about?
Blood pressure. Oh,
That mean he gonna raise
As in high blood pressure.
He gonna try to raise somebody pressure.
I'm gonna keep it cool today. I've been given the instructions on what to and what not to do, and I hadn't forgot. Cameraman looking at me like, hey, y'all gotta sit behind the camera doing this.
You made me choke.
Man, did y'all see? I'm gonna start off with the big contract the dude got yesterday
Oh yeah.
for 341 for
Woo.
10 years.
Highest contract ever for a shortstop
Mm,
by $1 million.
I got you, cause the other guy played shortstop too.
That's right. He
For the-
just got a contract.
For the who? For the what was it? For the
Braves?
Mets? No, for the Padres.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I can't think of his
Right, who was that
name.
dude?
Fernando
Cool.
Tatis Jr.
Fernando Tatis Jr.
Fernando
Baseball.
Tatis
Hey,
Jr.
I
That's
was
right.
walking to get in the bed. I'm like, yeah, 341 million.
That's not the largest baseball contract.
Still,
And that's my point. It's not the largest.
right.
And still, it's like a gaudy
Yeah.
number.
So Trout's contract was what, 400 and what?
Something like that. It was 430.
Yeah, for
435.
something, yeah.
Man, y'all better start
Yeah,
working.
because he was 430 because old dudes from the Phillies were watching Nationals. Harper was like 3-something,
Yeah.
330 something.
So that same offseason, Manny
Mookie-
Machado got 10 for 300. Harper got 13 for
Mookie got 3 what, 20?
25 or something.
That's right. Harper did get a big contract. So.
Mookie got 320 something.
Yeah, and it's only getting bigger. So that shortstop contract will be broken this offseason because there's 3 big boys coming due, and all of them are going to be sought after.
But will they break Trout's?
No. No, the next person to break that contract will be a kid that plays with the Nationals named Juan Soto.
Really?
He'll get $500 million, no doubt in my mind.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Where is all this money coming from in baseball?
Somebody talk about it. man.
Because
I need to know.
listen, and maybe listen. Here's my thing. I look in the stands. I don't see the fans. I've never seen the fans in baseball
It's
like
not
I
that
have for basketball,
Yeah.
and there are less people on a basketball team than there are on a baseball team. So where is this money coming
Not
from?
that many jerseys being sold.
Not that many hats being sold.
Somebody break out a calculator, right? Let's just say there's 15,000 folks at a basketball game. And let's just say a stadium half empty still has 20 at baseball, right? Do that 81 times. 20,000 times 81 fans.
No, you said 20,000. We talking about 1.62 million.
That's right. Times average ticket price $20
Or more.
at a minimum. Yeah, that's the smallest crowd in
Not
baseball.
including-
So think about it that way. A basketball arena filled up doesn't equal half of a baseball stadium, and they play twice as many games at home. That's where the money's coming from. And these TV network, it's all
See,
regional.
that's what it really is.
Yeah,
It's
that's
regional
yeah.
network.
It's the TV.
Who's
'cause-
sitting at home watching baseball?
Man,
Yeah, exactly.
More people
Until
than
the
you think, yeah.
playoffs. I mean,
You don't know what's built in your package on your TV.
you know, and maybe that is why there are not enough black children playing baseball. Maybe that's why, because we don't see it as it isn't sexy. We're not watching other black people do it as much. I'm not saying all black people don't watch baseball. I'm not saying that at all, because I know there are some that love it. I'm not one of them.
So what?
And as a baseball guy, I can explain that. They just, for some reason, they've not marketed to that subset of children.
They don't need it.
And I don't know why.
They don't need
it's
it.
Priced, but it's priced
Well,
out.
true. Obviously, they don't need it, but imagine if they had it. You know what I mean?
But it's
The
priced
whole
out.
world.
It's priced out though.
Nah.
It's priced out. It costs too much.
playing baseball?
It costs too much.
And let me help you with something. If I can continue to get the poorest of the poor, which are our Hispanic brothers and sisters,
Right.
to play this game and not have to worry about, black children coming in and loving the game, we'll continue to go to these smaller countries, take these poor children, bring them to America, not give them as much in the beginning, kind of talk over their heads. We're going to get this money back from them anyway. So I'm going to continue to deal with those who are the poorest. Not that Hispanics are genetically more gifted than us. Listen,
you go across that water, but them boys play baseball.
But we don't.
Yeah, but that's the way.
Yeah.
That's the way.
Oh,
That's
getting out.
the way of trying to get out of that
Because
situation.
we've been told football, basketball.
Not that we've been told what's in our neighborhood.
I mean, but
We play hoop up tackle. There are basketball goals in our neighborhood. Nobody's hardly. I played baseball once with Dwayne Hood. Shouts out to Dwayne Hood. Dwayne Hood hit me now with the bat. That was the end of me playing baseball. I wasn't gonna play baseball anymore. I was in the first grade. I'll never forget it.
and for me, I grew up playing baseball. I didn't play football like growing as a kid. My grandma made me play baseball, so that's why I'm so adamant about baseball growing as a kid. My kids play baseball and other sports, but I just wasn't good as everybody else.
Yeah, I don't think I would have been that good at baseball either, but you know, I just it's not in our neighborhoods, so to say, as much as it possibly should be.
You know, they try to do a lot of urban initiatives like in bigger cities.
Yeah,
you know,
not
but
here.
Not here.
Yeah, not here, but yeah, bigger cities they do, but not here though.
It's not like basketball and football and soccer where all you need is a ball.
That's right.
Everybody's got to have a bat, a
glove.
a bunch of balls, bases, space. You know what I mean? It just doesn't work for some of these
Because
not
the
rural
hoop
places.
up basketball, hoop up football, you can see a kid doing it. This is big enough.
Absolutely. No, it's plenty big.
Yeah, it's plenty
Hey,
big.
but on the flip side,
Street football.
on the
Yeah.
flip side, if you look at here about another 6-7 months or whatever it may be, you got two from Ashdown, originally from Ashdown,
All getting drafted.
getting drafted. You got the Sellers.
But
kid, you know.
that happens, but not necessarily like down here.
No.
But that happens.
So with the Sellers kid, man, DeVita drove that boy or went all across the country. She invested in him.
Yeah.
Baseball's expensive.
Yes.
It's priced out. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
It's priced out, dude. It's a very expensive.
So guess what? We're gonna continue to shoot that basketball,
Well, and
and,
It's cheaper.
but it's
much
getting
cheaper.
priced out too, though. It's coming. It's getting priced out too.
Yeah, to a degree,
If
but
you're
not
good,
really.
you got sponsorship. You're gonna be good. If you're good, you're gonna play with the best and not pay for it. I mean, that's any baseball player. Football is a local league sport, so all you gotta do is go to a couple camps. We had to run a 4.3, 4.4, be 6'5", 280, 6'3" with an arm, and
Well, if that's all you got to do, sign me up. Right?
If that's all,
I mean, but
that's all.
look,
6'3", 280 with a 4.4.
projectability is everything in football. I mean, if they looking up at you, you probably on the radar this
Yeah.
day and time.
Yeah.
Y'all don't gotta
But
start
all in
about
all,
baseball.
sign your kids up for baseball. It might be well worth it because they're handing out some
But here's
money.
the thing though, like people do see those big contracts, and that's the first thing they pop in their head. Oh, my son giving a contract. No, they can't.
Right.
No, everybody ain't getting that.
That's reserved to the top.
Yeah,
0.00001%.
the top percentage. Everybody don't get those big contracts. Some people get.
99.9% of professional baseball players, you see my air quotes, but the folks watching can't. They end up on a bus from city to city, making $800 a month until they quit and go home work at a car dealership.
Majority of them do.
That's how it works.
Facts.
Let's go back.
That's
to
what pro baseball is,
Uh-huh.
unless you are elite.
Let's go back to Little League, the year that the Jackie Robinson team took the country by storm by making the Little League World Series.
Yeah, the one when they wanted
And
to.
then,
Yeah.
and then they were accused. Then it's some accusation. You couldn't let that go, but it had to be said they cheated. Somebody didn't live here. Well, somebody didn't live here because they couldn't afford. Somebody couldn't afford to stay somewhere. I mean, people end up giving money to family, so somebody couldn't afford. That's why. So it's cheating because they
That's
won.
a whole nother subject.
Conversation,
You,
okay.
Yeah.
Hey boy, you jumping somewhere, and I'm just like, well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you this, Donnie. You said that they can't get the contract, but I beg to differ. And the reason I say that is because if you put the work in and you get focused on the work, you've got in anything that you do. A lot of people, talk about.
I mean, they can get the contract, but that doesn't warrant you getting one of those mega deals.
It
either,
sure
though.
does not. But if you can just get to the show, as they call it,
Facts.
if you can get to the show, you have an opportunity. But the only way to get to the show is to fall in love with the work. It is the tedious work that you have to put into whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
A lot of people fall in love with the results. But the
the work.
result, listen, everybody want a Donnie Kelly body. There's some work that has to be put in there. We're looking at the final. Donnie used to be terrible looking. I'm one of them. No, seriously.
I always been
one
a
of the
big guys. What you talking
Hold on,
about?
where's the picture at?
one of the worst built children I've ever seen in my time.
All right now.
Donnie. Donnie.
Hey.
Oh, you came prepared or something? Because I know how you do.
Yeah, exactly. So watch yourself.
All I'm saying
Like I
is,
said, if you live in a glass house, don't be throwing rocks.
Yeah, hey, you better watch yourself.
all I'm saying is, you too can eat steroids for breakfast and get a body that you want. I didn't say it. That's what was in the paper. That was what was in the paper. And so, no, but you got to fall in love with the work. The work produces the results.
Yeah.
The work produces the results, and I think that we forget that. We oftentimes look at the end result, and it's
And that-
not the end result.
And
It
there
is
lies
the work.
problem. There lies the problem. The work. That's what most baseball is a work. I mean, it's no money.
The guys
spent.
he's speaking about are on the back end of rosters.
Yeah.
Making the league minimum $600,000, but once you get to where they have to pay you more, you gone. They're gonna replace you with somebody else that can be a utility infielder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a tough sport.
And baseball is boring. Let's be honest. If you in the outfield and hey, let's keep it funky, man. And listen, you can sit out there in that outfield all day, get no action. You wait 3 innings
but
to
check
bat,
this out.
and it's like
But check
this
out.
is boring.
But there are
You've
two
been there 90
outfielders.
minutes.
The largest contract in MLB baseball is an outfielder.
That is fine, but guess what else it is? Do you know, listen? My son, when he started playing baseball, he was out there dancing. I'm like, come on, buddy, don't do this.
Well, you talking about you get in the case of daddy ball.
I mean, listen, I get it, but I'm saying it's for all intents and purposes. No shade. It's kind of boring when you're playing it.
Now it's boring to watch. That's why I mean,
You
like,
gotta really love baseball to watch
yeah,
baseball.
that's-
I don't watch it until the playoffs. I'm not
Exactly.
watching no 162 games.
And I'm not even watching the first round of the playoffs.
I mean, it depends on the matchup. Because
I like the NLDS and the.
But I watch the playoffs. But before playoffs, man, I ain't trying to watch none of that. I watch highlights.
Yeah, I
I
love
want to
highlights.
see who hit home.
I love the
run.
highlights.
But other
you
than that, I
think-
ain't watching it at all.
I like Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa and Barry Bonds, and I think 2 of them should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you can't argue. You can't.
Two, I think all 3 of them should be.
Mm.
Barry
Nah.
Bonds is the greatest player to ever live.
Absolutely.
I'm not walking in the Hall of Fame until he's there.
Oh man,
I can't do it.
so who out of the 3 you said Barry Bonds, Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa? Which one of the 3 shouldn't be in there?
Yeah, I wouldn't put Sammy in there
How you figure?
because he's white now. I have nothing against white people, but he's white now. so if you change your skin color, I don't think you should be allowed in there. I think it's a
All jokes
disgrace.
aside, what happened to him? How did that happen? Did he
Brother,
do it on
so
purpose?
that's a phenomenon in his country
Yeah.
where people bleach their skin.
Uh-huh.
This is not, he's not an anomaly. Like this is
He did
what
that to
happens.
himself.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they did to
Yeah,
himself.
he did it to himself.
They believe that making their skin lighter makes them more attractive for whatever reason.
Sammy had money. He didn't have to do that.
No, exactly. He had plenty of money.
He
Goodness
look a
gracious.
mess. Like he got what's
I
that?
think he had enough money to do it the
Yeah,
right way.
No, it looked like he got Michael Jackson disease. That's what it looked like. It looked like anytime you go from a black man to a white man and you wasn't playing and trading places, it's a problem.
Looks like he didn't think it through. What it looks like.
Yeah.
Like
Halfway,
what?
halfway through the process, and said, "No, I'm tired." Stuck in the middle of his transition.
Hey, man, he looks terrible.
I can't stand you.
I don't think he should be allowed in.
He doesn't look right at all.
Like he didn't finish.
Right.
But I still think he should be in the Hall of Fame.
I think
He
what
got
they did for
6 home
baseball,
runs. Put him in, man. What's the
what they did for baseball at that time
Was needed for
it
baseball.
It was needed.
But did he do it on a consistent basis? Are we talking 1 year baseball?
No.
No,
Sammy didn't have
he
1
looked-
year.
no, he had
Sammy
more than
a-
1 year.
Sammy had a little run. He had some other good years, but then he went on a run.
That run was the.
It's about 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, I've said it on a show that you weren't here before, but the way I define a Hall of Famer is, can you tell the story of his sport
Without
that
them.
decade without him?
No,
So-
you
No.
You
can't.
cannot. That's all it is a museum, right?
But that's when they talking about the steroid era began, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in the middle of that, I
Yeah, it was
promise.
steroid era.
'Cause him
But
and
I don't think
McGuire,
steroids
that
are a
one
bad
season
thing.
every night
You know what I
they
mean?
both hit the home run.
I think that if you use steroids, it can be good. I'm not saying
Hey.
anybody
I mean,
uses
so-
them. What I'm saying is that if you do,
So-
it can be okay because it's it's useful. Am I wrong?
I can't
So
help.
does the
I
sport
can't help
make it
that.
illegal? So does the sport make it illegal? Is it the law that steroids are illegal?
I think the sport.
The
makes
sport,
it
the
illegal.
sport.
So
But at
Because I don't
the
think the
time-
law makes it illegal.
so off season.
Keep in mind, at the time it wasn't illegal. They didn't care. They just went back and retroactively.
That's right. Just like steroids weren't illegal in football, totally. When my man that went a little crazy, Lou, the guy who played for the Raiders, died
Lyle
cancer.
Alzado.
Lyle Alzado.
That man was.
It went crazy.
He went big crazy.
That man was
went
playing
crazy.
with broke ankles.
Yeah, Lyle Alzado was crazy.
And you want to keep coming from it. I can't help that the fact that the Lord woke up one morning and said, this is what you're supposed to look like.
No, he
A
didn't.
man's supposed to look like this guy here. I can't help that.
No, he didn't.
He
Jesus
did.
of Nazareth.
He did. I can't
No,
help that
he
the Lord woke up and said, okay, hey, this is what a guy supposed to look like. He sculpted my body as what he want everybody to look. I can't help that.
I thought he was pointing at me.
I can't help that.
Oh no, sir.
No, I can't help that.
No, sir. You know what?
Yeah, I can't help
The Lord
be
did
like
not
this.
wake up and say that.
He did.
He did not.
He talked to
because
me.
he don't sleep nor slumber. When have you been to church?
What the hell?
When have you been to church?
What
sir?
the hell I mean?
You know he grew up in Preacherville.
Yeah, he know what I mean.
The Lord
I
don't
can't
sleep
help
nor
that.
slumber. Come on.
Lord will tell you to cut your hair tomorrow.
Nuh-uh, that's Jesus' hair.
That's straight.
It is.
He ain't
I'm
cut that
Samson.
hair?
Hey.
He
I'm in
ain't-
the Bible. I'm Samson in the Bible. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You sit there and drink your water. What you do?
At least it's better than the soda that I had been drinking. So.
We're 20 minutes in. Y'all ain't even started the show yet.
hey, I didn't know. I don't know why this is a big. This is a headline, but the NFL they had cleared, I guess, the Snyder guy to solely.
You don't know
Wow.
why it's a big headline?
No,
Because it's idiocracy at its finest. This guy has been he was against the changing of the name. Now it's the Washington football team from the Washington Redskins, which, no offense to anybody that's out there watching, that's a Native American, but it's an offensive name. And he's been the owner for so long and refused to even acknowledge the fact that this was a negative racial. It has a negative racial tone to it. The name Redskin. He's been the majority owner, and now they've given him full ownership along with his mom and his sister. Now he's got full ownership. I think it's idiotic. Have him sell the
In the middle of an
team.
investigation of them harassing female
female.
employees.
Yeah,
I mean, but think about it, though, but
In the middle of that.
But he's a majority, so he still had sole right to decide anything anyway, though.
Absolutely. But so how do you give him full ownership?
But see, to what you just said about the name, truthfully, you got to admit, man, nobody has thought about that.
I mean, Dallas
the
Cowboys,
name.
Jerry Jones, he got full ownership.
But they're called the Cowboys. That's not a racial name.
I mean, but it's not.
Somebody might feel that way. Somebody might feel
Cowboys?
different way.
Absolutely not. We're talking about
The
you have it.
Redskins could be the Native
you ha-
Americans could be offended by the
Absolutely
name
not.
of Cowboys.
So there's a
we gotta
picture
keep
right
going.
there of the Oklahoma State Cowboys right there. On the Redskins helmet, there was a picture of a supposed Native American person calling them Redskin. That it's racist,
It's
man.
objectively racist.
It's racist. Like seriously, it is
And
objectively.
I don't even know if I should say this, but imagine if a team had been named in the 40s Blackskins.
Facts.
What would you do?
Y'all wouldn't be cool with it.
No,
Nobody
I
would.
no facts.
Nobody.
So-
It's the exact same thing. You
I
just
never
don't
heard it
see
like that before.
You just don't see Native Americans at Walmart every day.
Yeah,
You're so
I never
right.
heard. I never heard it like that before.
Think about it.
But the fact that you say it like that
Yeah.
makes a whole lot of sense to me now.
Yeah. Listen, would you root for the Blackskins?
So
Yeah, that make a whole lot of sense.
So look when they were making up these names. Look how it was
So-
played out.
so-
the Redskins, the Cowboys.
So I'm gonna tell you what's not racist, possibly, and I hope I'm right about this. The Blackhawks, Chicago Blackhawks in hockey, right?
That's a bird, right?
No.
I don't know.
There's a
They have a emblem of a Indian on there.
Is that-
That's right.
I don't watch hockey. Never watch hockey
but
in my life.
Blackhawk is the tribe. You see,
Yeah.
that's a tribe, not.
An entire race of people.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we're talking about they're the Black Hawks. So we're just talking about the tribe.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about a group of people. So this is that's not
That's why
racist.
Florida State Seminoles wouldn't have to change.
That's a tribe. The Seminoles are a tribe.
Even though they needed to disband the whole program, but every time that's another other stuff.
This guy. but when you call your team the Redskins, man, change the name and don't be so arrogant to believe that you're right. Don't be so arrogant, man.
Yeah.
Hear the cries of the people and change the
Basically
name.
minimizing a whole race of people by using them as your mascot. It's crazy.
A whole race of
We're
people.
past it now. I mean, they you know, it's changed.
Talk about something else right quick.
No, yeah,
Because this conversation could go a little deeper.
well, it could, but I mean,
Somebody they can always go.
well,
go
let
deep.
me tell you why I never have a problem with talking about those types of conversations.
No,
Because
you
if we don't have them, then a lot of people won't understand. And because I'm not racist, I actually like talking about it. You know what I mean? Like, it makes me feel good to talk about it. Let's dive right in, buddy.
We on the right side of this one, right?
Yeah. When you're on the wrong side, it's like, oh.
Talk about this. I don't want to be out there talking.
That's right.
Now, do y'all agree with I actually this probably the first time ever. I mean, now that they actually, I'm sure they're having like this the draft deal where people come up with the jersey on the stage, and you got the number 1 draft pick. But as of right now, the number 1 draft pick, like something dramatic happens
In the NFL.
in the NFL, he's not going to attend. He's not going to attend it.
Okay. It's
Trevor?
personal.
Yeah. He's going to be with his teammates in Clemson.
And a few of his family. Personal, man.
I mean, but
Biggest day of his life. Let him do what he
I mean,
wants.
I bet the NFL don't like it.
I know.
NFL. It's
That's what I'm
about time they
saying.
start doing
Like,
what they want.
because
Dude, they're gonna have cameras there, so what's the big deal?
because they always walked on the stage.
Roger's not giving that jersey.
I'm not shaking that man's hand if you pay me enough money. He couldn't pay me enough money to shake.
To shake Roger Goodell, man, let me tell you something. A little black kid, how you doing, Roger? Roger, sure real nice to meet you, Roger.
Because after I retire, Roger, I'm going to holler at you again about Roger.
I ain't gonna like you after this, but thanks, Roger. Mark, you think Marcus Burns gonna be?
Number 1,
He's not gonna care.
I don't know, man. I just like the fact that those boys be there and walk off the stage. I like that.
That's because that's what we've seen. That's why you like it.
No, you seen guys second round be at home and get the call? You seen that too?
Okay, so what's the problem with the first rounder being at home?
Because they're the second. I don't know.
Exactly. Exactly. So
I got an answer for that real quick.
So back in the day, Thurman Thomas, a lot of times he's projected. So think about the sad faces that you see when they've been told that they're going to
Who
go.
would that
No,
happen
but
to?
he knows he's gonna be
Was
number
that
1
Matt
though.
Lyman?
Aaron Rodgers.
Matt Lyman?
Yeah, he got
Listen,
later on.
they had to sit
Even
there.
Lamar Jackson.
Had to sit there with them plaits in his head. You hear me? When you say we're talking about plaits, man.
His best suit on.
Oh my goodness! And
Time.
so think about those guys. They've been told, come on up here. We're gonna draft you high, and then of course it's an honor to be drafted in the first round.
Yeah.
But when you're thinking you're going in the top 5,
Yes,
and then you don't go until
It does. It's
31,
kind of embarrassing.
You ready to go
it
home?
is embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. The fact that you seeing that everybody else getting drafted, you like, oh,
You're there by yourself.
Here
So-
go another one.
So this is why I'm always on the side of the player. I don't ever side with the league or the team.
Y'all remember Joe Thomas, that tackle for the Browns going to Hall of Fame?
Absolutely.
He was supposed to be a top 4 draft pick.
Come on, man.
He said no, he was out fishing. Didn't even answer his phone.
That's right.
Are you talking
We
about?
got home and found out he got drafted 4th overall.
Are you talking about the one, the tackle?
Yeah.
Yeah, left tackle.
Yeah,
He said, I ain't
one
fishing.
of
I
probably the
got a
greatest ever.
fishing trip to do.
He did go fish.
Hey man, so what's the point in sitting there? Like so allow them to do what they want to do because the teams are definitely going to do what they want to do.
I mean, okay, so if we talking about Trevor Lawrence, is he the number 1 quarterback out of the coming out?
Yes.
Why?
The reason Trevor Lawrence is the number 1 quarterback coming out, man, Trevor Lawrence has proven it on the field
When?
Who hasn't?
When?
Who else?
throughout all of his time at Clemson.
When?
Throughout his entire time at Clemson.
Why he was
You're not-
when he
you're
was
not
winning
gonna-
the
you're not gonna
ACC or
do
losing
this.
That championship, which one?
Say what?
When he was winning the ACC or losing that championship?
Either one. The guy has performed. Trevor Lawrence is now listen,
so-
he might be a bust, but what I've seen on the film, Trevor Lawrence can ball.
Okay,
Jack.
so what big game did you see Trevor Lawrence to say, okay, it's number 1 draft pick?
Didn't he win an
All
national
of 'em.
championship as a freshman?
He did,
No, but he didn't do it. Anybody quarterback
No,
that
he
Clemson
did.
had could have did it.
but they didn't. Trevor Lawrence is number
I'm
1
saying-
overall.
Yeah.
Oh, Trevor Lawrence is.
I'm
he's
saying
one pick.
Zach
Yeah.
Wilson.
Nah, he going number
I'm
1,
saying-
man.
I'm
It's
saying
obvious.
They sleeping on Zach Wilson. And
I'm saying Zach Wilson went to BYU for a reason.
what's your-
what's the old boy that the Hall of Famer they went to be by you?
There's only one. Steve Young. He was a what? 49er.
Yeah,
Hey,
but my point is, where did he go?
Where's Taysom Hill at? Where's Taysom Hill
That's
at right now?
that's one out of a few.
Hey, where's Taysom Hill at right now? No, talking about where's Taysom Hill at right now?
I can't call him a quarterback. I'm sorry.
That's right. Thank you.
But he played
cannot.
quarterback. The league sees him as a quarterback.
So-
No, that guy is Cordell Stewart, and Cordell Stewart was a punter as well.
No, Cordell,
Next question.
Hey, Cordell was better than him.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So-
Cordell was better than him.
Better than who?
The Hill?
Better than Taysom Hill, and you, Corey,
y'all gotta look it up.
Corey, this is not
I
even
mean,
my.
so you trying to say
Cordell was
Cordell?
okay.
Cordell
Slash.
Cordell was okay.
was better than him. It wasn't even close.
Are you serious?
Talking about
We early now. We early in the conversation.
I don't know why we talking
He been
about
backing
this.
up. I'm not saying Taysom Hill was a great quarterback, but I'm just saying Cordell was okay.
Cordell at one
I'm
point
not
Cordell was
gonna
one. At one point Cordell was one of the best in the league.
Can I? That's right. Can I say
At one
that?
point, he won the best in the league.
Can I say that we've made it to 7:25 and I haven't cussed yet? I think it's time. I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to get kicked off. But
I'm not saying Cordell is better than Taysom, but I'm just saying Cordell was okay.
He was better than okay. That guy was good.
He was good.
He
hey
was
man,
good.
listen. He almost led the Pittsburgh Steelers to the Super Bowl. You're talking about a guy that comes in 7 plays a game. He'll run fullback. He'll play receiver. He'll play quarterback. Come on, brother. Don't do that. Don't diminish Cordell Stewart like that.
I
That's
gotta answer this
that's
Trevor
wrong.
Lawrence question. Give me 30 seconds. Let's just say you draw a quarterback up in a lab, size, strength, arm strength, pocket
Justin
pressure,
Fields.
athleticism, and then have him put that shit on film for 4 straight years. That's what Trevor Lawrence is. That's why he's the number one
Absolutely.
quarterback in the draft. That's why he's going to be better than everybody in this draft. And that's why right now,
No, he's not
only
even
4
here.
teams wouldn't trade their quarterback for him straight up.
Only 4.
So they were.
Hey man, that guy's upside. Y'all are looking at these guys.
So,
and
hey,
you ain't watched Zach Wilson
is he
play.
better than-
I did.
You ain't watched
did.
Zach Wilson
I
play
did.
as much as you watched Trevor Lawrence play.
I didn't watch
You
Trevor
can't
Lawrence
tell
play,
me
but
that. You watched Justin Fields
the
play.
2 games I watched Trevor Lawrence played in, Justin Fields, number one. The first game they lost to Clemson, that first game, dude ran a bad route.
Who did he lose it to?
Dude ran a bad route.
Who did he lose it to?
The game was over. Dude
I'd
ran
like
a
to
bad
ask
route.
you, who did he lose the
happened
game?
this- hey,
Who
what
was the
happened this
quarterback
past
of Clemson when Justin Fields? Answer the question, Corey.
Hey, they were both, they were head for head though. They were toe to toe. It came down.
That's
it came down to one play.
fine. That's fine. But who was the quarterback of Clemson when Justin Fields lost, Corey?
Who did he lose to?
Who was the quarterback?
Hey,
Corey?
Burrow or Lawrence. Burrow or Lawrence.
Corey?
Burrow or Lawrence.
Burrow's sitting up in the hospital right now.
Burrow or Lawrence though. You tell me, Burrow or Lawrence.
Lawrence ain't even close.
Lawrence. Burrow played really. Burrow had to leave Ohio State, sir. We're not gonna do this. Burrow had to.
Because Justin Fields.
and that's fine.
Justin Fields.
Burrow had to leave. He could not be. So you're not gonna tell me that Burrow better than Trevor Lawrence,
But this-
and he couldn't even beat out Justin Fields, who's not gonna be drafted number 1 overall.
He was not gonna get the chance to beat him out.
What do you mean?
Chance to beat him out.
And that's why he had to leave.
Because he wasn't gonna get the chance.
Hey, and guess who's up there evaluating that talent? The dude making the first draft pick.
Good Lord.
The dude that seen him up
Come on,
close
man.
first.
The dude was gonna get a chance. No, that's not true.
Urban was there
Urban
last
was
year.
gone. Ryan
I think
Day,
he was there his
no,
first
Ryan Day was gone. No, it was Ryan Day's show.
You may
He
be
went
right.
to Ohio State
Yeah,
because of Ryan
Urban
Day.
was gone.
But you know
Yeah.
he's got some connections. He's calling back. Hey,
No,
what
he
y'all
went
think
to
about
Ohio
this?
State
Right.
because of Ryan Day.
I don't remember.
Hey man,
you may be
Justin
right.
Fields is a great quarterback. Let me not. I'm not finna dog this kid.
No, he's good.
I'm not.
Ryan
so I'm
Clark
not-
said he's the best in the draft.
Hey, and that's fine. Right, he can say a lot of stuff. I saw this guy.
Ryan Clark.
I saw this guy get gas station coffee when it was a Starbucks next door. So I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear
I mean,
that,
the thing
man.
about it, though, I mean, both of them are good, but it's like you pick who you want at that
Right,
point.
Trevor Lawrence. Listen,
you prefer?
If I had a choice to pick, and listen, my 49ers are drafted in 3rd overall. Trust me, I want Justin Fields.
Like Frank
But
said,
if we had a chance to
you
get
get
Trevor
first
Lawrence,
pick, ain't no doubt
I'm
you-
taking Trevor. Hey man, listen, the 4-4 is great.
We're not talking
the
about the
throw
40.
during the pro day,
But
great.
all of them make that
he
throw.
had
All of them make that
he
throw.
had great tape. Dog, I'm taking Sunshine.
I mean, I said pick your preference. Like he say, Rocky Marciano the best boxer.
He
all
never
time.
said that.
Frank did.
No, what?
Hey, I wasn't even gonna let you do my man like that, and I know he ain't say that.
I mean, so hey, it's your preference though. I mean, if somebody else has number 1 draft pick, their guy could be Fields. Their guy could be Wilson.
Absolutely.
I don't believe there's one school that one program, one NFL team that would do that though.
Hey man,
Not
do
one.
you know that this kid has stepped in as a freshman and has not had several bad games. He has not had a bad season. And stepped in as a freshman and played. You know, listen, and won a national championship. And got there or close to the championship every year as a quarterback.
What's up?
And not
That-
just won a national
let's have this
championship that freshman year. He slayed Goliath.
Come
Hey.
on, man, Alabama.
Embarrassed Alabama.
Come on,
Let's
man.
have this conversation. We talk about.
And everybody go to Alabama, go to the NFL. Everybody.
Pretty
He
much.
was playing against an NFL defense.
I mean, yeah. I
Pretty
mean,
much everybody.
he's been marked as that guy coming out of high school. They've been talking about it, but still, I still don't think he's the best quarterback in the draft.
That's fine, Corey.
I don't, they say a generational talent. Let's see. I heard this about Ryan Lee too.
No, this kid is not.
Oh my God!
No,
you ain't-
now
you can't do
now you
him
did
like
hear this
that.
about what's the
Riley.
boy who left? Colts.
Andrew Luck.
Yes.
And Andrew Luck was the truth.
But I'm not
He
saying,
was.
but you heard that he was generational. But
Andrew Luck was the truth.
I mean, but he wasn't generational though. He wasn't doing anything on that football field that I didn't see Peyton Manning do.
But that's generational.
No,
Luck was.
he didn't do anything that I ain't seen Aaron Rodgers do.
That's generational.
Drew Reed.
No,
was.
generational is like.
Talk to me.
You're naming top 5 quarterbacks.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm just saying, but
So
I mean,
Drew Reed wasn't deemed to be a generational talent coming out of high school.
Was he? I don't know.
no, he wasn't.
No, hey, but still,
No, he wasn't.
He may not have been he may not have been deemed as that, but he ended up being that. Listen, this kid.
But no,
listen,
he still doesn't have that
Tom Brady
talent. That's the whole
wasn't
point,
deemed
right?
to be a generational talent coming out of high school. Matter of fact, he went what round?
Who?
Tom Brady. What round did he get drafted in?
7,
Oh,
6,
okay.
6 or
He
7.
didn't play. He didn't play in college.
He did. He was a
Backup. Chad.
not really a backup. It was dual time. They both played. They both played in Michigan. I'm not dogging them. I'm not saying.
I mean, but just to go what y'all saying, they already put him on his pedestal way before, kind of like they did LeBron James.
So what's wrong with Trevor? Trevor, has he lived up to it?
No.
Trevor Lawrence has
And
not lived up to it.
So we talk
I'm
about
glad you
this
said
story.
we talked about this before. What's the highest individual award you can receive in college football? I'll
The
wait.
Heisman Trophy.
When did he ever get it?
He didn't.
So what we talking about then? If somebody a generational type of player, and that's an individual award,
And
why come
according-
he didn't get? Why
and
come he didn't
according-
sniff it? He didn't even sniff it. So why? So how is he a generational
And
player? If
according
he
to
didn't
Trey
sniff it?
Carson, it's a quarterback award.
It is a quarterback's award. So how did he sniff it then? If he's a generational player, he's not at no bum program. He's at a legit program, but yeah, he didn't get.
If you want
the
the
Heisman.
answer, the real answer,
I'll give him an answer too.
Well, I mean, he had
he's
3
so
years.
cold.
He had 3 years.
He ain't playing the second half of these games, so he ain't running.
No.
Talk
You
about
can't
it.
go with that. You can't
That's
go
one
with
of the
that.
reasons.
Talk about
A lot
it.
of the other guys.
Talk
neither.
about it.
You can't. No, you can't say that.
That's one of the reasons.
A lot of other guys in either.
They didn't play a whole game, beat a team.
Let me help you with something, man.
8,000
As sitting in Trey Carson's spot right now. This is for you, Trey. LeBron James could easily win the MVP every year, just like Trey. You ain't
But
gonna
hold a
like this,
minute.
but just like
I'm glad you said
just
that
like
though.
Jordan
He could have,
Hold
but,
on,
he-
hold
Hold
on,
a minute, but he has won one.
don't matter.
He won.
What I'm saying is he could easily win every single year. Trevor Lawrence could have won his freshman year. They don't really
Did-
give it to freshmen.
What?
No, they gave it to
Whoa, you
And
got.
Lamar.
they gave it to him.
He wasn't a freshman.
They just consider a freshman.
These guys.
They consider a freshman.
Who was it? You don't even know his name.
Lamar Jackson won.
Lamar Jackson was not a
He
freshman.
was a freshman.
Lamar Jackson was not a
He was a
freshman.
red shirt freshman.
Lamar Jackson was 37 years old when he went to college. He was not a freshman. Y'all need to stop this. Y'all need to stop this.
So,
No, because I'm finna look this up because
Look it up.
y'all need to stop this mess, man.
Manziel was a freshman. So if he was that generational type of player, he should
And
have won.
where's
the Heisman.
Menzel at? At an AA meeting
Foster
right
there.
now.
Hey, Mr. Foster made a valid point.
What'd he
is
say?
Right. He said we seen Trevor. Is that Tom Marinovich? No.
You can't.
Who said that, man?
Same,
Yeah, facts.
The same kind of.
You can't say that ain't true.
Yeah, that's true.
It may be.
Yeah, you can't say that ain't true.
I'm just saying, man. I think
Bro,
the
he
guys-
not gonna sit there and say Todd Marinovich, man. Hey, I don't know who Mr. Fox is, but that's
Hey, what Q-Tip just said. You know, y'all talking about he didn't play the second half. Guess what? Mac Jones didn't either.
draft Mac Jones then.
No.
Draft Mac Jones in.
No, I'm gonna sold out what you said. He didn't win a high because he didn't play in the second half. A lot of guys didn't play in the
Okay,
second
so
half.
Johnny Manziel and Jameis Winston were two freshmen supposedly to win the
Supposedly.
Heisman.
Hold on. Now, if that's the case, I don't want a quarterback that's won a Heisman as a freshman, right?
Right. Neither one of them. Because Jameis Winston over here licking his fingers in the huddle, which is the goofiest celebration I've ever seen in my.
Hey, I agree
Dog,
with that.
I would have quit that day if my quarterback would have said, "Guys, y'all want to win? How bad do we want?" I'd have quit. I said, "Man, this."
Don't catch that ball. Don't throw that ball to me, dog.
And if you didn't put no, and Johnny Manziel tried to sniff the yard lines.
hey,
Every time he got tackled, he like, he wasn't smelling the air. He was trying to get the chalk off the line.
so we talking
Boy, you
about.
terrible.
Hey, so we talking about quarterbacks, and you're a 49er fan. Mm-hmm. No, they don't move
Well,
up.
equality. This is my Colin Kaepernick shirt. You didn't even catch that.
I didn't say
You
that.
see
I got it.
Yeah, all right. I just
That's
want
nice-
to.
that's nice
Yeah,
t-shirt.
you know what I mean.
Uh,
Just want to be.
sweater.
Thank you, brother.
Now,
Yeah,
no, y'all moved up in the draft.
that's right.
Who they taking?
Justin Fields.
Are you satisfied with that?
Yeah,
So you are.
absolutely.
Okay.
That team's built to win.
Listen, with injuries, and now everybody everybody has a short window. When you talk about winning in the NFL, because see, they just don't want to hear the truth.
I mean, because the Cowboys can say the same thing.
Every team has a window.
I know, I don't care about neither one of the schools. Well, teams.
Cowboys say the same thing.
Can the Cowboys say the same thing? Yes or no?
Yes,
Okay, that's all I want to know. For all you Cowboy fans out there.
Years removed from going to a Super Bowl.
they're not. But here's the deal with the 49ers. Because when we're down, right? Just like most teams in the NFL, there's only one team that's going to win every year. Nobody's won it every single year except for the Patriots, which I don't know how they did it. Nobody knows how they did it, or else they would duplicate it. But with the 49ers, we are poised to win, but we could win with Garoppolo. He took us. If he stays,
No, y'all can't win with
if
him.
he stays healthy, he ran up against a generational talent in Patrick Mahomes. And we didn't coach our best game. Not to take anything away from the Chiefs, because they played much better than us on Super Bowl Sunday, all right? 31-21, as people like to remind me.
Okay, hold on a minute. I ain't trying to cut you off, but you said generational talent, which is Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes.
What made him that? Because he wasn't told that he was going to be there at Texas Tech.
No, and I didn't believe he was going to be there.
This is what made him that.
That boy has some gifts
So-
that
Okay,
I
hold
had
on.
no clue.
Okay, so then how did
Let's
anybody
get
Texas Tech then?
Huh?
If he was that gifted, why come no other top tier school would have took him? Why come no top tier school didn't take him?
I'm trying to figure out how come Halle Berry ain't called me. There
Oh my God.
there are things that happen in life that can't be explained.
So listen,
I'm just talking about what I'm talking about, man. I'm good enough.
so I'll say this. Because we've been talking about how these quarterbacks play and these teams are so good. Go to USC. Mr. Foster brought up a good point. Sanchez didn't play in the second half at USC. Liner didn't play in the second half much in USC. Carson Palmer didn't play the second half.
And what they all did? They all won the Heisman.
Hey guys, let me just tell you.
No, I was saying like
If I'm drafted number 1 overall, I'm taking Trevor
Yeah,
Lawrence.
everybody is. That's not a question.
It's not. Listen, I don't know what their argument is. They
just
haven't
saying.
presented
I mean,
one.
because he ain't showed me that he did generation player that everybody trying to make him out to be.
Right. He's not.
I done seen a whole
Hey,
lot of
who
quarterbacks
has a
do
better career?
I done seen a whole lot. Deshaun Watson had a better career than he did.
Deshaun Watson got paid, and then he started.
Deshaun Watson. Now we gonna get.
Now he can't go to Nam Massage Parlor in America.
Hey, we gonna get down in a minute. But
he does.
Deshaun Watson is better than Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
For his resume in college. What we
Okay.
talking about?
Okay.
So I
Deshaun
don't
Wa-
understand.
I'm gonna tell you.
Type of
So
talent.
let me tell you,
We don't see
Deshaun
his
Watson.
talent every year. in
Trevor
college football.
Lawrence is still living off of what Deshaun Watson did in the NFL, based on what he's done in college. Because Deshaun kind of moved that team forward, and so now
Better
there's
recruits.
there's a spotlight on the Clemson
That's
program.
facts.
So now we're looking at these Clemson kids as, oh wow, if they went here, now when they get to the NFL, they're going to do this.
And NFL talent evaluators don't agree with you, or Watson wouldn't have dropped to where he did.
Right.
was the number one overall.
But now that Watson has done what he's done, now they can go back and say, hey, you know what? This kid did some of the same stuff. He went to the same program. The kid has won a national championship. We're gonna draft him number 1 overall. I like the pick. I like the size. I like the arm strength. I like the leadership. I like his poise. There's a lot, but I'm not saying I don't like Justin Fields either. I want Justin Fields on my team.
I'm not saying that you gotta just like somebody else just to say you like him. What I'm saying is like all this like we ain't never seen a quarterback like this. Yes, we have.
I never said that we ain't never seen a quarterback like this.
But that's what they try to make it sound like.
The reality is,
we done seen something like this
He was
before.
the highest rated high school quarterback ever. He's as physically gifted as any quarterback's been in a long time.
He sustained
and
it.
He's got film that reflects that. He's going.
But he ain't got no Heisman though.
Who cares?
So what?
I mean, if,
Johnny
if,
Manziel
if he supposed to be that good, why he ain't got no Heisman?
Johnny Manziel got a Heisman. Where he at?
But John
But-
Manziel was a bad.
Johnny
bad
Manziel
decision.
has a high.
Yeah,
Not to
that's
say
how
he
that
wasn't a
was.
good quarterback. He was
What?
a bad decision maker. He made bad decisions.
Don't Baker Mayfield got a Heisman?
Yes.
Wasn't Baker Mayfield in the playoffs this year?
Is Baker Mayfield better than Trevor Lawrence?
Who's to say?
Who's to say? We don't know that.
We don't know. I mean, I doubt it, but
I doubt it too.
Hey, Baker
we
Mayfield.
don't-
I doubt it too.
So so just because somebody's good in college, automatically makes them good in the NFL.
I'm not saying that. But
So we don't know what he
it's
gonna do.
projecting.
So who has the better
You're
NFL career?
projecting.
You projected to be 6'5". We still waiting.
Donnie,
Eric,
I'll
answer the
jump on you. I will jump.
We still waiting on that.
I will jump on you. I'm talking about knock the set over, jump on you. This thing moves, right? This thing.
Hey, but since we talk about Deshaun Watson, now you know it's been a kick in it now, because now there's women testifying for this call saying, "Hey," which I don't know what this is gonna do for the case. But there's 18 women came forward and say like, "Hey, y'all got it wrong. This guy ain't doing none of this." So how do you take that?
You take it as he went to a couple of massage parlors and didn't do something bad.
Hey,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
If
I mean,
he-
but again-
if he tried to delete some messages,
Yeah.
Again, but who to say again? Like I said last week.
What? Let me ask you a question.
Who to say he did it?
Because I might be on trial next. What is inappropriate behavior at a massage parlor? Because let me tell you, when they walk out of the room and say you can get down to your underwear or you can take them all the way off, the moment that door closed, draws is off, and I'm turned over and turned on. let me say it like that. I know that listen, I'm over here like they come back in the room. Oh, you ready? Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Handle your business.
if you had to set the over and under how many games he's suspended by the NFL, I set it at 8.5.
Oh, they better not suspend him because this is a smear campaign. This is nothing
That's
more
what
than
it, yeah. To me, that's what it
this
seems
is
like.
nothing more than a
Man,
smear campaign, and it
unless
is
it goes to court.
If you're
and
using
there's-
logic to get there, who's doing the smearing?
unless they put the cuffs on
the
it,
team.
Why?
Because Deshaun wants out.
man.
They just gave him a contract. He wants out. He is their last piece of hardware.
Tell me they are potentially
So either they were
subjected to criminal
involved in it and
charges
covering
to
it,
keep
either
people
they were
believing
involved
it's
in
crazy.
this and covering it up
It
the whole
falls apart when
time.
you start using logic to ask those questions.
Look,
No, man.
The reality is,
No.
it's kind of a bad
A lot of
move. He
times.
goes there,
So let me
uses
tell you.
power to get girls to do things they don't want to do, and he gets off on.
I mean, but again,
No.
But who says he did it though?
Listen.
21 people says he did it.
No.
Okay.
That and let me tell you.
Okay,
when you look
man,
at
they said that because there's a lot of guys. And how many people sit on the jury?
12.
So there be 12 people that say a guy did it too. Guess what? Then 13 years later,
Fair, I'm
they able to
saying,
come out. He didn't
it's
do it.
starting
So
to
your
look-
logic
it's
don't work
starting to
then.
look real bad,
No,
is
but
what I'm
don't. No, you can't say because 21 people said he did it.
So
They
he did it.
So
okay,
when
12
did-
people
when did
say
they-
somebody got convicted? That means he didn't do it.
So here's the question.
That don't mean that. That don't mean he did it.
When did they come out with the fact that he did this? They came out with it after he started making noise about wanting to be gone.
What if he was making noise, wanting to be gone because it was coming?
Well,
You
that's
know,
what I
you
said.
never
Either-
So let me tell you. With this is honest to goodness. It is and the part that we don't necessarily want to acknowledge. This is something that happens to black players.
That is true.
It is something that happens to us.
That's true.
And you have to look at the fact that This guy has had a squeaky clean record for the most part, helping rebuild homes, work done, foundation. He's been giving back to the community. Nobody said one bad word about him. And now we find all these women at the same time, coincidentally. Bill Cosby was 83. And then women that was 61 was like, he touched me.
That's a slip.
It's a slippery slope, but let me tell you something.
Bill Cosby.
You went to see Dr. Hustable because your stomach was hurt? That was a character. So what I'm telling you is he may have done, but it's mighty funny that whenever Bill wants to buy a network, now everybody comes forward. So this happens to black people. It happens where there's a smear campaign waiting to happen to you if you don't fall in line. Listen, this might be a conspiracy theory just as much as those 21 women that came out and said, you know what, he did this. I could very well be wrong, but my insides, my black instincts tell me that they smearing this man because he wants out. My black instincts tell me that. And if the boy touch one of them girls, do what you need to do to him. I don't see it.
I don't know.
You're right. My prediction is he misses 8 games this year after the NFL.
No,
I don't think
it ain't gonna be.
They gonna suspend him because just like with Zeke.
until the investigation.
Zeke got suspended for those 4 games.
I don't think it's gonna fall to the level of criminality. He's not gonna be doing time.
The lawyer don't even want to take the evidence to the Houston Police Department. What?
Now see that. I mean, and that's what I'm saying.
Why would you not? If he did it in Houston, why wouldn't you take it to the police? I don't trust him. You don't trust the police department now. We've been telling y'all all this time you can't trust them, and we supposed to trust you now? Come on, man. It don't even make sense, man. This is your police department, lawyer.
Either you take it to the police, or there's no case.
So who says evidence?
So you can't suspend him because of conduct.
The lawyer
code of conduct because
whose lawyer?
Listen, the girls all got together.
But they won't take it. Oh, that's
the girls all got together and said, "Did he touch you? He touched me." I saw.
You can't suspend him based off. I mean, either he did or he didn't. If he didn't do it,
they not even giving that much attention to old buddy from the Seahawks who beat up his girlfriend.
No, we talked about that. That was like a 3-day in the media. Then it went.
It's washed to the side, and he beat up.
If he tried to get rid of evidence and pay girls off, if you can prove that,
start to look bad. That's what I meant. Like
then you know
did something.
That's something. But if he didn't do that, I mean, either he did it or didn't. Either.
Nah, let me tell you. So I've seen where people try to listen. You want money? What you want? Golly. Just so I can get this over with.
Yeah,
because
that is true too.
So I'm not saying I'm not absolving him if he did something. Hear me out. I'm not absolving him of any wrong.
No, he did it. He deserved.
If he did it, he deserved.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate on the other side of that. So the team. So say this has been under investigation, and the team knew what was about to be released. No,
they wouldn't have gave him that money.
They wouldn't have gave him that money. So let's go. I mean, now is he mad because the team was covering it up, helping to cover it up, and then they said they're gonna take their hands off of it, and he wanted out because no matter what, he wanted out. I don't know.
Man, look at the Texans organization. Look at what they've done. Andre Johnson has said this is a terrible organization to play for. It is. Listen, I lived in Houston. You go to the game to go tailgate. You root for the Cowboys because you believe in the team. The Texans, it's an atmosphere. We just kind of like being out there. The organization itself, man, you basically get rid of his best weapon. You already don't have a running back. You already don't have a real great offensive line. You get the guy from Miami, bring him in to play left tackle, which was a good move, and then you pay him. It's a good move.
Hey, speaking of that, the Dolphins turned him into 4 first-round draft picks.
Right.
Crazy.
That pick alone.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Really?
So now,
right there.
So now,
they just used that pick. To trade
that pick right there.
More first round.
Mm-hmm.
So now, this is the front office that you have where they're too incompetent. I'm not going to call them stupid, but you can have some incompetency there to see forward into the future. You get rid of DeAndre Hopkins, arguably the best wide receiver in football for the past 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
Arguably.
Yeah, you
right?
can argue that.
That's it.
You can argue that. You get rid of Deshaun Watson's. That's his best weapon
Not only did you get rid of him, you dumped him
for nothing.
for a second round pick.
You dumped him for me. What? How can Deshaun Watson look at that team and go, "We're trying to win"?
So can we put this on could we say Bill O'Brien or could we say just the whole organization?
No. This ain't Bill O'Brien's.
It's the
Somebody
It
gave
is.
Bill O'Brien the keys.
it's
That's
a-
the dumb
Yeah.
part.
That they gave him the keys, but then they were also like, "Bruh, you can't take me out and let me buy a Ferrari or a Lamborghini right
Right.
now. I don't know how to drive it." The guys they put in place did not know how to drive
Better
this.
analogies. They can't walk you into a surgeon's room and say, "Hey, we need you to put a stent in this fellow's heart."
Can't do it. Can't do
All right.
it. I know how to cut it open. I don't even know where the heart at. I'm probably gonna be way over here. Should probably be right here.
Gonna need a new leg
It's
when I'm
just sad
done
that
with
it's come to this because the man wanted out.
Yeah, but it comes to that a lot with our people.
Yeah.
And that's something that I think we just have to take into account. If he's wrong, if he's guilty, punish the man to whatever.
Man, and I hope if this is true, he gets some help and his career stays on path. But if they were trying to smear him, they've gotten to the point now where they may lose him for a whole season. I doubt the team had anything to do with it. It's
Oh, let me tell you something. Listen, when you have billions of dollars, you don't give a damn about 150 million of them.
Sure don't.
So would I lose him for a season? Yeah, because you trying to hurt me. I bet you I can hurt you worse than you can hurt me. So absolutely they would lose
It's
him.
hard to believe, man. That particular run at it just doesn't make much sense. But we're gonna find out, and we'll talk about it then.
Hey, did y'all see where they said they was acting scared? But I would have been too. The Utah Jazz.
I would have been scared. Did
Yeah.
you see it, Corey?
I didn't see it.
So their plane shortly after taking off
Uh-oh.
hit a flock of birds and blew an engine
And where they supposed to be going?
to another city.
Yeah.
Driving.
I've always had this morbid curiosity about what would happen if a team's plane crashed. What would happen?
I've had it as well. They said for 10 to 15 minutes, everybody on the plane thought they was gonna die. They texted
Yeah, they thought they was
family
gonna
members.
So I know in the Major League Baseball they have a contingency plan for this. They do like a draft, basically, like a franchise draft, like a new franchise draft, and each team has to designate a certain amount of players to be drafted, and they pull players from other teams so that organization doesn't just lose everything. A couple sports have a plan for it.
Oh, yeah?
It's creepy, but it exists.
I think it should exist. I mean, especially with what happened to Marshall, the college
Yeah.
back in the day. So I think that's a contingency plan for everybody.
They got the plane down, of course, but they were that high before when they hit the
It was shortly after taking off. Let me tell you something. Any amount, anytime you get off the ground, it's too high,
I got a built-in. I'm gonna have to put a built-in.
bruh.
I
Listen,
mean, so how were they though?
I never got the.
They were
how-
flying. They were 25,000 feet, probably. You know what I mean? I don't
Bro, I don't know if they was that high, but let's say this here. You when they say shortly after taking off, if it's 30 seconds after taking off, I don't know when last time y'all flew. I flew
It's up
last
there.
week.
Yeah.
It's high enough to die.
It is definitely high enough to die.
Yeah.
Because in the most crashes happen either and they say within the first about 30 seconds. I literally, every time I'm on a plane, I pray for the first 30 seconds just because I know that's probably what is going to happen. After that, I'm asleep. Unless I'm asleep before that. And it's like, Lord, take me now. So, hey, man.
That's crazy because they started texting their family just that fast.
Bro, you ever been on a plane and hit turbulence, like bad
Oh, yeah,
turbulence?
I have.
Scares you.
Like even
Because it's a helpless feeling.
Yeah,
is-
you can't.
In
There's
a
nothing you
car,
can do
you
about
hit the
it.
brakes and pull off the road and take.
You can
Yeah.
attempt, but in a plane, you just up there. The pilot a few weeks ago,
It didn't come off the rail.
there was a guy upset with the pilot a few weeks ago because we had landed in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We're supposed to be going to Dallas, but it was a ground stoppage in Dallas. Weather, right? And so there was some guy in the back of the plane yelling. I mean, he was yelling, "Get this plane off the ground!" And the pilot just came over the thing. He said, "You know, I've always heard it's better to be on the ground and wish you were in the air than to be in the air and wish you were on the ground." The dude shut up. We was like, "Yeah." And so, you know, I'd rather be on the ground if I can help it.
Yeah.
So
Now, hey, did y'all see the Wilson dude, BYU quarterback, he made a bunch of waves with that throw he did, whatever. But the guy that actually was catching the ball, he just got signed by the Panthers. He was undrafted last year. He ran a 4.34. Yeah, 4.34 and a 40.
Hold on. Did y'all see what Kyle Pitts did yesterday?
Yes.
the tight end.
He ran a 4.40, right?
Yes.
I'm over it.
4.40.
But now-
tight end, 6 foot.
Hey, but they
what?
say, but his wingspan is like the largest ever.
So he's got 6'4", 260
And-
with a
and-
4. He basically
Football,
Megatron.
yeah. For as a, I guess I don't know if it's a player period, but I know as far as like the receivers,
Yeah.
his wingspan is as large as ever.
I like-
Metcalf had it.
He's got Calvin Johnson's body. About to be playing tight end in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I like what one guy said. He said you can do all this running all day, but that's just got to show up on the field. If it ain't if you can't put.
Well,
it
listen,
play
that's the
Did
thing.
you watch him
That
play
guy,
last
that
year?
guy's played ball.
I mean, Pitts can play. But
Yeah,
I'm just saying. But
I don't
everybody
like, I don't,
4-3, 4-4.
he alright. I don't like him, but he alright though.
Florida boy.
I mean, it's because he didn't play for your school.
Exactly. I mean, and he played for any other school. In fact, he played for Florida.
You
Man,
can't,
I
he's
hate
going to
him.
be a nightmare to defend. You can't put a linebacker on him.
You
ain't
cannot.
gonna put a safety on
You
him.
can't. A strong safety is not fast enough and not agile enough.
That's true.
Free safety is too small. A linebacker, you're gonna have to get the right line. Fred Warner might could do it
Talk about
just because he's the smartest linebacker in the NFL right now.
Running as fast as receivers now. The
Not
game
this
is-
receiver.
The
Some of
game
them,
is
yeah.
changing.
You got who?
You got linebackers running as fast
Oh,
as receivers.
Hold on,
now.
let me help you. From the tight end spot, you don't have to be fast. I look at Jason Witten, I look at Rob Gronkowski.
Thank you.
You don't have to be fast like that. You just have to know how to run your routes
Facts.
because those guys are as
How
slow
you-
as
how you leaving
molasses.
George Kittle out of this?
George Kittle ain't slow.
He ain't fast.
He ain't slow though. He ain't Rob Gronkowski slow. Rob Gronkowski is my look. Well, don't say that, Derek. You get kicked off the show.
I mean, but
I had to stop myself. You see, I've been doing good today.
now we beat Grout. In fact, he is slow, but when you that big, you gotta know how to use your size. Also, I think he do it very well.
No, he does. But and again, this Pitts kid is about to. Whoever picks him up, man. Now they can. Your scheme can be so different, man.
You got a weapon that no one else has.
If the
That
kid,
is
if the
true.
kid wants to block, if he falls in love with blocking, he'll probably go to the Hall of Fame with what he could do. If I'm just saying, fall in love with blocking, make that your thing. You're gonna get the ball. They're gonna find a way to get you the ball.
Yeah.
But when they don't, dominate, and that's your blocking.
Watch him end up in Atlanta with Julio and Calvin Ridley. Just,
There's nothing. Good Lord.
And tragic
Now,
Ryan.
because he's gonna be a first round draft pick, but where though?
they got
That's
him
the
going
question.
top 6.
Oh, yeah?
He's going to be off the board before Dallas picks.
I don't know.
Yeah. he'll be
I'm
gone.
glad because
Especially after
Dallas
that
trying
pro
to get
day.
him. They don't need to do that.
Well, if the team
When does
who's
the
picking at
Dallas
that
pick?
point?
10 or 11.
10.
Can't
So,
remember.
now, do you think? Cause no, they're saying that they're gonna take the Patrick, the Surtain
Surtain?
guy. Do you
Yeah.
think they should take him?
The
You-
tight
do.
end,
No, the
cornerback.
cornerback from Alabama.
I do.
they need defense, so they got to start
I
loading
would go
up
with
somewhere.
Surtain. I would leave. I mean, Pitts would be hard to leave on the board, but like, no.
Hey man, I hate saying it, but I've been saying it for years. The Cowboys, on paper, have had like the best team on paper.
Did it have?
Honest to goodness,
They have.
just for you, but it hadn't translated to much.
It ain't.
But on paper, they have. I didn't realize how good their quarterback was until after he got hurt.
My dad.
Had no clue.
Yeah.
Listen. I love football. I didn't know Dak was that. I apologize. Dak
Is
can
good quarterback.
Dak can ball. I didn't know that. Dak, the Cowboys with Dak,
Andy Dalton.
still gonna lose. They still gonna lose. They not gonna win a Super Bowl. But Dak can ball.
He
I
can
just had
thank
to say
Andy
that.
Dalton for that $160 million.
Oh, he earned that money.
Yeah, Andy Dalton is the reason why. I mean, he was going to get paid, but he got paid
Because Andy Dalton was a starter in this league and a decent starter, not perennial Pro Bowler, but good enough to make it sometime. I mean, he's playing in the AFC against other.
Trey
But
said that.
yeah.
Trey said what?
Dak
He
peon.
a rich peon.
Dak a peon.
But you're right though.
Okay,
Like
Trey.
Yeah.
Andy Dawson did. He likes to do what you said. He wasn't one of the best, but he was good enough.
And
Good
to-
enough that he should have looked like
So,
a decent quarterback.
He should have in Dallas. He should have looked
So
decent.
what if somebody failed 10? One of those quarterbacks failed at past 10 to the 10 pick. Would Dallas have took it?
No,
Not now.
no, not right now.
No.
If they would have signed, if they
Of
would
course.
have signed,
Yeah.
Yeah,
They would've
absolutely.
signed Dak, they're moving up to get one, but they got the quarterback situation resolved now.
Yeah. Yeah,
would
so-
you have
You
waited?
can't be thinking
I
5
would.
years
Would
ahead.
you have paid Dak that money? Or would you have
Yeah.
get somebody
Dak,
else?
yeah, Dak earned that money, man.
I mean, with his injury, you would have went on.
Dak, let me tell you something. The Cowboys were very patient with their linebacker that they drafted in the second round.
Who?
The guy with hair like yours?
Jalen.
Jalen Smith.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
very patient with him
You're right, you're
coming
right,
out of
you're
Notre
right,
Dame.
you're right.
That listen, let that man heal and look at what they got.
We said a lot
You're
of
right.
bad things about Jerry, but Jerry has given a lot of players opportunity. a great
Jerry's also an idiot.
opportunity.
That he is.
He get players for the low.
Yeah, don't say that, Derek. I'm trying not to get kicked off. Hey, I've been an hour without being ignorant. And I'm trying to. How long I got? Ooh, I
We're
made
8
it.
on the nose,
Yeah,
so you
I
start
made
getting,
it.
I can cut it and be just fine.
Yeah,
I
so,
made it.
so we done anyway. So you made the mark. So you made the mark.
No cussing.
You didn't.
I'm big pressure today. Blood pressure.
You go raise Frank pressure.
I did. I'm pretty sure a couple times I got the rattling. I was like, don't. Okay.
Hey, but hey, hope y'all enjoyed this show today, and if y'all would like and share this live feed. The Lord say so. We'll be back tomorrow at 7:00 sharp. This is the best sports morning show on this side of heaven because my mama said so.
You